Hello and welcome to part 3 of my Kinks singles video. In this part we will be covering the Kinks comeback era from 1977 to 1984, and all of these singles are on the Arista label. Beginning with Sleepwalker, the single from the album Sleepwalker. Here's a promo copy, and that's their first album for quite a while, which wasn't like a concept album. He's finally starting to get back to the good old rock and roll, and that's back with Full Moon. The album that's from isn't brilliant, but there are some very good songs on it. Here's a single version of that same one, Sleepwalker and Full Moon. This is on the black Arista label. There is a variety of colours on the Arista label. This is jukebox music from the same album, also a demo copy, and that's backed with Sleepless Night. And here's a single copy of Jukebox Music, which was actually the latest addition to my Kinks collection. This was the last single I needed to complete the collection, which I mentioned in part 1, so I was happy to get this one recently, and that's backed with Sleepless Nights as well. For a lot of the 70s singles, the promos are actually a lot easier to get than the true single versions, so picking up the obscure ones can be difficult. And here is Father Christmas. This one comes in a really nice picture cover, and that's backed with Prince of the Punks. It's got all the lyrics to the single on the back, and that's on the blue Arista label. And that wasn't actually on any album. That's just a non-album single, if you like. And we now move on to 1978. Rock and Roll Fantasy from the album Misfits. This is a really nice song. This is a demo version, and what I like about this one is it's got the 3-minute 59 version from the album, and then it's got a longer mix on the back. Rock and Roll Fantasy lasting for 5 minutes exactly. So that's nice to have them different mixes. It's mainly just extra instrumentals and that, but you know. And here's a single version of that one. I noticed the singles from the Misfits album seem to be pretty difficult to get. Especially this one, Live Life. It took me the best part of a year to find a copy of this one, actually. From the Misfits album, Live Life, backed with a very good B-side, actually, also from the album In a Foreign Land. I like that one. This copy is actually a bit warped, but it still sounds fine. So, here's another picture cover, Black Messiah. It's backed with Misfits, so as you can tell, it's from the Misfits album, and the picture cover is the album cover. 2 great songs, actually, and that's also on the blue Arista label. This is a flashbacks reissue of You Really Got Me and All Day and All of the Night. You're going to be seeing a lot of these, I'm afraid. And this, though, is on a nice yellow vinyl, which I really like. I think sort of late 70s, early 80s was when budget labels started bringing out loads of Kinks reissues, so I won't spend too long on these. This is another one on black vinyl and without the picture cover, exactly the same as that other one. This is from the low budget album 1979, Moving Pictures, also in a picture cover, and that's backed with Inner Space, and that is also on the blue Arista label. There isn't a bad song on low budget. It's a very, very good album. And this is, I think, probably the most successful single from the album, Wish I Could Fly Like Superman. The 7-inch didn't come with a picture cover like the 12-inch did, unfortunately, but still, here it is. That's a very catchy song, great guitar on that one. And backed with the title track, Low Budget, which is also really good. This is one of my favourite songs from the album. low budget. This is called Pressure. This has a Arista company sleeve, this one. And Pressure is backed with National Health. Here we have another Kinks reissue. Got a nice label on this one though. You Really Got Me on Arcade Records. And that is of course backed with All Day and All of the Night. Apparently the only other thing that can be re-released with You Really Got Me. And this is a Kinks EP, but not one from the 60s. This is just a flashbacks reissue. I don't believe this one ever really existed in the 60s anyway. It's got the cover of the first album on the front, and has David Watts, A Well-Respected Man, Stop Your Sobbing, and Waterloo Sunset on it. Just part of a cheap reissue series on the flashbacks label. And here's a Kinks live EP, and this is from the album One for the Road. So it's 4 live tracks, all brilliant versions. It is an especially good version of Victoria on this EP. There's the album on the back. And of course is on the blue Arista label. Moving on to 1981. My favourite song from the album, Give the People What They Want. Better Things. In a nice picture cover. This one, interestingly, actually comes with a free live single apparently. As you can see there. There's the back. Tells you the tracks. Better Things. Massive Reductions. And on the other one, Lola and David Watts, which of course are from One for the Road. And it's got a gatefold thing on the inside. Just showing Ray Davies playing live. And the singles are on the blue Arista label. The other one's exactly the same. Now after this we've got another copy of Better Things, except unlike the other one, this is just the single record version. It doesn't have plus free live single written there. This is actually harder to get than the double version, because obviously most people will have wanted the free live single. Don't blame them either. As you can see, there's only 2 tracks on the back, and that's on the same label. Now, also from Give the People What They Want, Predictable, which is it's a pretty good song, you know what I mean. I won't say it was anything too special, you know, but it's alright. And this is the picture cover of that. And that's backed with back to front. Now this is a picture disc version of Predictable. This seems to be more common than the actual picture cover. There's the other side. As you can see, the back of the picture cover is just this. It's still nice though. I like picture discs. Now on to another reissue, except this time it's actually a different song. It's Waterloo Sunset on the Old Gold label, and backed with a dedicated follower of Fashion. Now this is another EP from the State of Confusion, from the album, all 4 tracks. Actually, it's not all 4 tracks, because the last 2 tracks are predictably from One for the Road. I've noticed over the next couple of years, they seem to have absolutely milked One for the Road to death, because they just put loads of live tracks as fillers on things from that. Now this, interestingly, plays on 33 and a third. That's actually track 4 and that's actually track 3, so that's a little mistake on the back there. And of course, the blue Arista label. So EPs for the Kinks, there was a couple getting released around this point. Now this is a picture cover reissue from Flashbacks, Tired of Waiting for You. And that is backed with Sunny Afternoon. And it shows you a lot of other ones you can get in the collection. This is a picture disc, and 3 guesses which 2 songs are on this picture disc. Oh look, it's You Really Got Me and All Day and All the Night. Although the one thing I do like about this is that it's actually got a medley of the two songs there, as well as You Really Got Me on side one. It's also got Misty Water on, which is a quite rare and actually quite catchy track, so that's nice. Quite unusual, anyway, for these reissues. Finally, one that most of us should know, Come Dancing, on the red Arista label. I've only seen a couple of copies on this red label. My only guess is that in 1982, when it was first released, it'll have been on this label. Although then, when it was properly promoted and became a bigger hit, it'll have been on the blue label. But I really don't know too much about that one. Anyway, this is how you usually see it in the picture cover. Come Dancing. Backed with Noise. That's what the song's called. And back on the good old blue label. Very good song, Come Dancing. One of the best 80s ones, I think. Now on to yet another reissue, Lola, on the PRT label this time. And that's backed with Bartley Muse. So just another reissue of the original single. Still in 1983, this is from the State of Confusion album, and it is Don't Forget to Dance, which is a very nice song. Wasn't particularly a hit though, but it is a very nice song. This is a promotional copy actually. If you look right in the corner, it says promotional copy, not for resale. And that's backed with Bernadette, a Dave Davies track. And this is a very battered copy of the picture cover of Don't Forget to Dance actually. I should probably get an upgrade copy of this at some point. But yeah, that's what the picture cover looks like. The label's identical. And there's the back. Advertising the album. Another old gold reissue of You Really Got Me. And what track could be on the B-side? Of course, Big Shocker, All Day and All of the Night. 1984, this is from the Word of Mouth album, Good Day. This is a good song. And a nice picture cover too. That's backed with Too Hot. And finally, Do It Again, also from the Word of Mouth album. This is a very, very good song. One of my favourites, I think, from the album. This has got a very interesting picture cover, this one. Nice and colourful though. And that is backed with Guilty. And there's the album advertised there. And this, of course, is on the blue Arista label. Right, that's the end of part 3. See you soon for the next part.